Hello guys, today I want to show you how to use the error node or the trigger, how to build a simple workflow with it, and how to basically use it to your advantage. Now, this is the customer support agent that we have built together in my 4-hour course. You can check it out or go to my web community where you can find it as well. This whole template and everything. Okay, but what if some error happens? What do we do then? Or what does the agent do then? Well, that's what we are going to set up right now. So let's get straight into it. Let's go to our normal workflow, or you know what, let's first activate this workflow because then it won't work. Okay, now let's go to workflows. Let's create a new workflow. Let's name it error handler, for example, and then we have to basically create the trigger. That is the most important part of this video, error trigger. Now, as you can see, we can fetch a test event, so let's do that, but we will not get as much of information as we would like to get. So this is just a example, just a scrape of some things that are not as important as we need them to be. Okay, so we have a test workflow, it is working. Now let's save this up and connect it to our actual customer support agent. So we have to go to the three dots on the up right here, go to settings, choose new workflow, error workflow, basically a second workflow to run if the current one fails. The second workflow should an error trigger node. Okay, so error handler, let's save it up. Okay, we have everything saved, even here. Okay, now let's go to Telegram, because this is a Telegram chat trigger. I have to change it. Normally it is a AI voice agent, but for now I just wanted to do it this way. So let's write hey there again. I have a few messages here. Okay, now basically this should work, but we want to make it to do a error. So what we want to do is delete this so it doesn't have an chat model, if you know what I mean. So let's write again hey there, and now it basically came up with a error because it doesn't have a chat model. So let's go to error handler, and we have to go to executions and check out our second execution here. Open it up, and here we have much more information, just like I said before. So what we want to do now is copy it to editor, this information. It will pin your trigger, but let's not care about that. And we have some important stuff here like the error warning, the node, so what is the node and everything. It is a tools agent, but the most important stuff that we need to is the name of the node, so customer support agent, as you can see right here. Then a reason or the error message, so a chain model subnode must be connected and enabled, and then the workflow name. So these are the most important stuff that we will need, and we will have to get it into our spreadsheet. Okay, now let's create this actual spreadsheet. So let's come with Google Sheets. We will do append a row in sheet. Okay, Google Sheets, basically you just connect your credentials, super simple. I've already done a lot of videos about APIs and how to connect them, so you can go check that out either in my web community or in my YouTube channel. Okay, so from list, error logs, sheet, and the first one that comes up. Okay, now map each column manually. That's what we want to do. We don't want AI doing this stuff because it is super simple. Okay, so timestamp, we want let me do the expression right here. I need to find some brackets that I can copy. That's gonna be a bit of a problem. Oh yeah, here it is. This is what I needed, because we want to basically give a specific time here, like now, the time of the execution. If you don't like this, you can just say dot format and then put a format in there. Okay, but we will just leave it this way. Then the workflow that errored is down here. Main customer support agent 2. URL should be here. Let's just drag and drop it. Great. Error node is right here. customer support agent, and error message is this one, just the message. Great. So we have everything mapped out. We can go over and test this step. Give it a second. Okay, let's go to here, and we can see that we have everything set it up. So the timestamps 2025 5/1, so May 1st, etc. Workflow main customer support agent 2, URL to that workflow, customer support agent is the node, and the error message right here. Now you can basically give access to this to some VA or someone that understands AI, and they will do this for you for some cost. I mean, it might be a bit of a pain in the ass to handle them always, but it is good. Or you know what, you can just hire my agency, me and my team, and we will do this for you with a no ongoing cost. Okay, but let's get back to the workflows. So this is not everything that we want to do. Now let's create a email that it will send over to me or to someone that is handling the workflow. So create or send an email, send a message, create Gmail account, again the credentials, super simple, send to, I will for the sake of this video put my Gmail in here, but normally you want to have someone that handles this stuff. Subject error and workflow, and let's put the name of the workflow here. Great. And the message will be first we want to add a now, so let's put this right here so we know when this happens, or the guy in the email knows when this happens. Okay, so now this workflow head and error. Again, let's drag and drop the workflow name, more information about the error. Okay, and now here let's put everything that it needs to know. So error message or error node, let's put customer support agent. Okay, then error message, let's put the error message here. So again, drag and drop it, super simple. Sorry about that. And then the last thing we want to do is send over a URL. So it should be somewhere up here. Okay, so right here, URL of the workflow. Okay, great. Now this is just from the top of my hand. You can of course change this stuff. Let's do current time or error time. Hi. Let's just put hi. Great. Okay, so now let's test this step out and see what it comes up with. Let's go to my Gmail. And we have basically the error message here. So error node, etc, etc. Now you can of course make this much more beautiful. This was just from the top of my head again. But yep, that's pretty much all the information you need to know in your email. Send right away. Great. So now what I want to explain to you as well is what are the actual errors. Because we can see this is a big error because it doesn't have a chat model. But when we connect the chat model and let's say the inventory checker, there is a bit of a problem with the authorization of my credits, as we can see here. So let's test the workflow and let's ask it, hey there, do you have Mustang, Ford from 2022 in your inventory question mark. Okay, great. So it basically did this stuff. Let's go to executions. Yeah, we don't have it here yet, so let's just wait a few seconds. Oh, I forgot to save it again. Okay, now let's try it again. So, hey there, do you have Mustang 4 from 2022? Great, now let's give it a few seconds. We have already asked the questions. Let's go to executions, and we can see a few executions. Okay, so it will mark it as succeeded even though there was a problem. Because basically it did everything it should have done, only there was a problem in the specific tool. There was not a big error in the agent or in the whole workflow, because the workflow is working, if you know what I mean. I hope you do. It used the think tool as well. Let's check what the think tool thinks. The inventory checker tool keeps returning a bad request error when checking for 2022 Ford Mustang. I need to consider if the input format should be adjusted or if there is an issue with the inventory checker tool itself. Okay, so basically the big errors are if the whole workflow is not working. If it will do some error in a tool or in a specific sub workflow, then that is not accepted as a big error and it will not go over to our error handler. Great, I hope this was helpful to you. Now we can use error triggers and basically help yourself out.